Welcome to an extraordinary journey that will revolutionize the way you navigate the intricate tapestry of human interaction. Embark on a quest to master the timeless art of social skills, where every encounter becomes an opportunity for growth, connection, and personal empowerment. Prepare to immerse yourself in a world where charisma, confidence, and communication converge to unlock the doors to success and fulfillment. In this immersive experience, you'll explore the depths of human psychology, unraveling the mysteries behind what drives our social interactions and learning how to harness this knowledge to your advantage. From decoding nonverbal cues to mastering the subtle nuances of conversational dynamics, you'll gain invaluable insights that will propel you towards becoming a true master of social dynamics. But this journey is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about transformation. Through hands-on exercises, practical challenges, and real-world simulations, you'll hone your skills in real time, refining your ability to connect with others on a profound level. Whether you're networking at a professional event, charming your way through a social gathering, or navigating the complexities of romantic relationships, you'll emerge from this journey equipped with the tools and confidence to thrive in any social setting. But the benefits of mastering social skills extend far beyond mere social success. Research has shown that strong interpersonal connections are essential for overall well-being, happiness, and even physical health. By investing in your social skills, you're not just enhancing your social life, you're investing in your overall quality of life. So, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Prepare to unlock your full potential, unleash your inner charisma, and embark on a path towards becoming the best version of yourself. Welcome to the realm of social skill mastery, where the possibilities are endless, and the rewards are beyond measure. When you master these social skills of mirroring, empathizing, making good eye contact, listening actively, and learning to analyze other people, you will find that your own abilities to be emotionally intelligent will increase dramatically. Effectively, you will be able to manage yourself and those around you. Imagine how much easier communicating with other people would be if you could understand their body language or if you acknowledged their own feelings at the moment. How much easier would it be to relate to people if you knew what to look for to know that they are interested in you? What if you were able to listen actively in order to better understand those around you? Mirroring. The first technique that we will look at was drawn from neuro-linguistic programming but has become incredibly popular. This is the skill of mirroring. When you can mirror someone else, you are effectively able to make sure that you and the other person have a working connection with each other. Commonly used to make yourself more relatable or more persuasive, using mirroring allows you to actively relate to the other person through tapping into the other person's unconscious mind in order to convince them to be willing to interact with you. When you are mirroring someone else, you are acting upon the idea that the closer two people are to each other, the more in tune they're with each other. They typically mimic each other's movements without even realizing it. They will actively follow the lead of each other in their conversations and even in their body language. If one crosses their arms, so will the other. If one takes a drink, the other one will, too. Effectively, then, you can tell how close people are in general by looking at how similarly and in sync they move. However, you can also trigger this in other people. You can effectively convince them to follow your lead in order to reap all of the benefits of them actively feeling like they can trust you. Think of when this could be useful. Particularly if you want to be persuasive with emotional intelligence, you need to be able to prove that you are trustworthy. This is one such way to do so. To mirror other people, you will follow 3 key steps. You will make sure that you feel some sort of connection to the other person, you will match their pace somehow, and then you will identify their punctuator. In learning these, you will be able to convince even strangers that you hardly know that you and they are closer than either of you actually are. This is an incredibly important social skill. You can use it to facilitate a relationship that you feel is not properly developing quickly enough. For example, when you go to make a connection, you effectively want to figure out how best to present yourself in the situation to make yourself seem like you are actively listening. Of course, you will be actively listening, but you really want to emphasize it for the other person. You do this by facing the other person, making solid eye contact, and nodding your head as you listen. As you do this, you should feel the makings of the beginning of a relationship. You can continue through matching the pace of the other person. You effectively want to pick up on the other person's enthusiasm and speech patterns. If they are speaking rapidly, you, too, should speak rapidly. If they are calm, you should approach the situation calmly as well. In doing this for a while, you should find that they also are matching your own speaking pace as well. Finally, you must figure out what the other party's punctuator is. This is how they really emphasize what they are saying at any given moment. Most commonly, you see this in people who may punch the air or make a certain hand gesture, such as chopping on their palm when they really want to emphasize that point they are making. Upon identifying it, you must then figure out when they are going to use it next, and then beat into it. You want to use the punctuator before they do in order to make sure that you actively are able to trigger the mirroring connection. From there, all you need to do is test if you were successful. If you were, you will find that they will unconsciously mirror your own subtle movements as well. Empathizing while empathizing does not come naturally to everyone. It is critical to know how to do it. Many people will find that they naturally empathize with others without trying to, but if you are not in that lucky group that learns to empathize without much effort, you may find that you need to make it a point to learn. Remember, empathy is critical to your own ability to relate to other people. If you cannot naturally empathize, you must figure out how to cognitively empathize so you can, at the very least, understand other people and their emotions as well. When you want to begin, you will start quite simply. Imagine yourself in the other person's shoes. If you are annoyed that your friend is irritated that you were late to something, perhaps you should consider how you would have felt if your friend had been late to meet you. You likely would have been annoyed. While that is a simple version of how to imagine yourself in the shoes of someone else, this is exactly what you will be doing. You are looking at the other person's situation and trying to figure out how their situation would make you feel. You are going to want to consider as much as you can when you do this: where they grew up, what do they have available to them, and anything about them that is relevant to this situation. Are they annoyed because they feel like you have grown up too sheltered from consequences, perhaps? Or maybe because they feel like you, just like everyone else, do not respect them for some reason. With that idea of how they're feeling, you should then take a moment to investigate any of the underlying feelings that may be guiding the other person. Now that you recognize that your friend is annoyed at you for being late, for example, you are able to ask questions for further understanding to figure out why it mattered in the first place. In developing this understanding of what they feel and why, you are able to begin empathizing with the other person. Over time, you may find that this process becomes quite automatic. You no longer have to think about it. That is a good thing, and it is a sign that you are naturally becoming more emotionally intelligent. Making good eye contact with other people is a critical skill. When you can make good, healthy eye contact, you are effectively allowing yourself to acknowledge the other party. You are telling them that they matter to you simply because you are actively looking at them. Making good eye contact is actually surprisingly simple. When you need to make eye contact with someone else, you should follow the rule of making eye contact 50% of the time when you are speaking and 70% of the time when you are listening. This allows the other person to see that you are attentive and interested in them, while also reminding them to continue speaking to you. If you find that making active eye contact is too difficult for any reason at all, you may find that looking at the bridge of their nose fools them too. As far as the other person will be concerned, you will be making eye contact with them, and you are able to avoid it if you find that direct eye contact is uncomfortable or too much for you to manage. However, even the illusion of eye contact can go a long way. Active listening, another crucial social skill, especially if you wish to be emotionally intelligent, is being able to listen actively. Too many people make the mistake of listening with the intent to reply to what is being said rather than to actively listen to what is being said. When you listen actively, you are effectively ensuring that the speaker feels acknowledged and like you truly care. If you wish to be emotionally intelligent, you are focused on trying to make that a priority. Effectively, Then, you will be actively attempting to listen with the intent to understand. Doing so is not as difficult as it may seem. All you need to do is start by making eye contact as the other party speaks. As you listen, you should always be paying your undivided attention to the other party. No distractions should be allowed during this phase. Make sure that you are actively listening and nodding your head to show that you are listening. The most important part, however, is to remember that as you listen, you should be focused on listening only. There should be no attempts to come up with your own responses to the other party. You should simply be making it a point to hear and understand. When the other person finishes speaking, before you reply, you must try to recap what was said. In your own words, offer a brief summary of what you believe was said and then ask to make sure you got it right. If they agree, then you can take the time to figure out your reply. If they inform you that you are wrong, however, you must ask clarifying questions to make sure that you do get a solid understanding. Only after you have that understanding are you able to finally put together your reply to ensure that you have actively listened. Understanding body language. Finally, one last skill that will not be instructed, but is strongly recommended that you check out is the ability to read and understand body language. Effectively, when you learn how to read the body language of other people, you are enabling yourself to better understand them. You are learning how best to understand those around you when you learn to read their nonverbal communication. If you wish to be emotionally intelligent and are ready to move on to skills beyond what has been included in the book thus far, moving on to analyzing people is probably the best place for you to go. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of emotional intelligence and cognitive behavioral therapy. At this point, you have taken a look into both emotional intelligence and CBT, two methods of self-improvement that are readily actionable without requiring the instruction of a professional. Hopefully, your journey of reading through this book was informative and pleasing for you. Every effort was made to ensure that what you read was something that you could act upon, relate to, and readily understand. Perhaps the most important takeaway from this book, above all, is the fact that thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are intricately related to one another. Remember the fact that your thoughts will always influence your feelings, which will always influence your behaviors, and use that understanding to really push your own social interactions forward. You will not only be able to control yourself better in knowing these cycles, but you will also be able to predict other people's behaviors as well, allowing you to begin to develop that propensity for relationship management that is so important within emotional intelligence. As you read through this book, you were guided through a solid understanding of what emotional intelligence is. You learned about the purpose of EQ, as well as the pillars that help build it, along with the primary skills within each pillar. From there, you took a look into cognitive behavioral therapy, another process that can help you learn to self-regulate, which in turn makes it valuable to emotional intelligence. From here, you have plenty of options. You may decide that you wish to study more about emotional intelligence and CBT. Both are valid options, as this book only scratched the beginning of both deep fields. You may decide that you want to learn more about empathy and how to wield it to become successful in social interactions. You may even decide to take the advice in the last chapter and focus solely on learning about how to read other people. Remember, being able to analyze body language consciously can be one of your biggest assets, especially if you are striving for emotional intelligence and excellence. No matter where you choose to go, however, what holds true is that you now have the skills and several techniques to help you handle many different self-regulation problems. There were several techniques that were provided for you to help you work through depression, anxiety, insomnia, and anger. These techniques may be incredibly valuable to you as you begin to practice them. Thank you so much for allowing me to join you on your journey to mental wellness. Whether you suffer from anxiety and depression or whether you have simply been looking for methods through which to better yourself, this book should have provided you with plenty of actionable advice that will aid you in all of your endeavors. No matter where you go from now, remember that the techniques of both emotional intelligence and cognitive behavioral therapy can be incredibly influential and incredibly beneficial to you as the person. As you master these skills, you will find that your own interactions with others will change. As we conclude this captivating journey into the world of social skill mastery, remember that the power to transform your social life and unlock your full potential lies within your grasp. Armed with newfound knowledge, confidence, and charisma, you are now equipped to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace and poise. But this is just the beginning of your adventure. As you apply these principles in your daily life, remember to embrace every interaction as an opportunity for growth, connection, and personal empowerment. Whether you're networking in the professional world, building relationships in your personal life, or simply engaging with the world around you, let the lessons learned here guide you towards a future filled with meaningful connections and endless possibilities. So, go forth with confidence, knowing that you have the tools and skills to succeed in any social setting. And always remember, the greatest journey you can ever take is the one that leads you to becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep shining bright and mastering the art of social skills. Goodbye for now, and remember to subscribe for more empowering content.